But every day is different. It's early yet. We just got here. We had lunch. Sit down here. Welcome to the great outdoors. It's finally warming up a little bit. It's been in the 20s at night and lucky to get up in the 30s or 40 during the day. So we've kind of been honkered into the house here for a few days. But we're anxious to get outside. Sun's out. It's supposed to warm up a little bit. It's supposed to start raining again tomorrow. But okay. Well, we didn't have any particular thing to do. I just wanted to get on the four-wheeler and get out and just look around. Hopefully see some animals and enjoy the sunshine and warm weather while we had it. And we're going to try out some new equipment. We got a pair of video glasses, supposedly take high-definition video, and that's what we're going to try. We're going to use those. This is what you're watching right now. The only problem that we have is I can't figure out how to set the correct date. So we really don't need the date, so we're just going to go ahead and see if we can just get rid of that date. It's not the 3rd of June in 2008. This is December 11th, 2010. But we're out here in the farm out in New Brockton, and we're just going to ride the trails. We did have some luck today. We caught a hawk in flight. Got some video of that. You'll see at the end of the video. We rode up on an armadillo. I know armadillos are a pest to a lot of you people here in the south. He was digging and we almost ran over the top of him, and he decided he'd run off into the woods. But it's just a nice ride going down the hills and listen to the birds, and when it's warm out, the sun's shining on you, and it's just a great time. Today was one of those days where, well, you know, we remember to do half the things we're supposed to do. I forgot to bring my cell phone. I left it on the table back at the house, and that's a no-no. When you're out here on your own, you need to have some sort of communication with the outside world. I had an instance here that I went back to check in some flowers and stuff back at the swamp, and I hit a patch of quicksand, which is really just real heavy thick mud, and I sank all the way up to my knee, and if I hadn't been able to get out, I'd have been stuck there forever, because just about everybody I knew wasn't home in Brockton. I don't know who I could have got in touch with if I couldn't have moved. So you always got to remember to bring your emergency equipment. Cell phones. I brought the GPS, and I had that, and I carried it wherever I went, even though I'm familiar with this property back here. Even now, this year, especially when I've been walking back in these woods a lot. But you know, you never know when something's going to happen. Be it run into an animal or a stranger, but just back in the woods. But it was a good ride. I really had a good time. I mean, the weather had been terrible up until the morning that we decided to go riding. And like I said earlier, that it was supposed to rain, but I'll show you the video of the rain that we had. It actually turned into a heavy snowfall. And right now, it's 22 degrees with a 50-mile-an-hour wind chill factor. So we're just glad that we got in here and got some riding time in and spent some time in the great outdoors. armadillo.
digging in his hole.
That's the main reason why we want to get a good pair of video glasses. These seem to be working very well. Knock on wood, I hope they continue to work well. Half the time the animals and birds and things that we see as we're riding, and we ride up on them, and you have absolutely no time to reach for a camera or any type of equipment. Once they see you or hear you, they're gone. But if we have the glasses and we can look right at them, we can usually get a picture. The other day I rode up on a young deer, and she had been laying down in the afternoon, and we almost ran right into her. We don't ride fast, we ride slow. And she stood up in front of me and ran off. And if I had had the video glasses on, I would have been able to capture that on tape. But I didn't, and I just missed a beautiful shot. It was a beautiful young deer. It's important to me to somehow capture the images of these animals that I see. I have them in my head and so forth, but the good pictures that I've got, I really enjoy sitting and I've got them on my walls. I really enjoy seeing them and remember all the fond memories of how I captured that picture. And that's really the greatest thing for me, is getting up close and personal with some of these animals and birds and things one-on-one, and just taking the pictures and the video, and me do my thing and watch them do theirs. Okay, now we're going to head back here and head back towards the swamp. Now this is where I got into a little bit of trouble when I hit that mud. It sunk all the way up to my knee. Fear took over for about 30 seconds, and oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to get out of here. What am I going to do? But I was able to get my foot out, and that's when I decided that, well, being back here by yourself, you could trip over something and break an ankle, or just not be able to get back to the four-wheeler for some reason, and no one knows where you're at. No one even knows that you're gone. So no one would be there to miss me. The dogs can't call, so it's just me. So I decided that from this point forward that we wouldn't wander back towards any swamps or anything, that we would just ride around the exterior of the fields, stay out of the woods, and just enjoy that. And it was a great time. I love to go exploring. I love to go back and look at the streams and check out the prints and see if there's anything back there, the animals back there trying to get water and things. But sometimes you just gotta use your head and be safe. So we went back here and started to look at the swamp and look for flowers, and you can see some of the prettiest flowers around by the streams and the small ponds that you come across. I like to look for tracks and see what type of animals that we can find back there by the water supply.
This is where we're at, and I think you could see how, unless you kept yourself oriented with the sun, you could get turned around real quick. So I'm trying to get back to the water. Looks like get away of any. There's the water. There's a waterfall. Seems like we're too far up compared to where we were the other day. I don't know if that's a rove or not. Scrape, I mean. It's definitely deer and hog territory. We can go this way. There's the waterfall. We're definitely further up. Definitely further up. There's our pretty blue flowers. Here's a pretty little flower. See it right there. I could take some of them back to Gail's. Put them in a pond. Oop. Oh, yeah.
Well, this is the place where I got stuck. I was up almost knee deep in that hole right there. There's just no evidence that that was going to give in like that. And so you got to watch where you're going.
See where the pigs rub. They come by here and rub against the tree to get the mud that comes off.
We were just lucky today. We caught this hawk in flight going over the cotton field. What a beautiful sight, watching that hawk just soar. That's just a lucky shot, that's for sure. What a beautiful bird. But every day is different. It's early yet. We just got here. We had lunch.